Hello, everybody. My name's Ardendris, and welcome back to All the Mods 10. Last time we did some odds and ends. We finally upgraded the we finally made the upgrade for the beehive that makes it produce blocks instead. But we were short on all of the dragon comb, the dragon stuff that we were going to need to make the actual upgraded centrifuge. So this thing was just producing blocks, and yeah, it's pretty good at producing said blocks. I still have 10 after running through a bunch of them. So now we're up to 11 dragon chunks, and we're about to make the heated centrifuge in a moment, so that's pretty good. Also, just a whole bunch of insanium's been building up. I currently only have one there, I stole the other one. So that's all really cool, we'll be upgrading that. And then after that, we got to work on building the Hephaestus Forge for Forbidden and Arcanus. I still want to call it Forbidden Arcanus. I don't know, the "and" in there just feels weird. Like it's forbidden and arcane is an essence, I suppose. But this thing, I mean, it looks pretty cool. I was gonna change out this floor, but honestly, it kind of fits. Like that actually kind of looks kind of cool from down here. So we're going to be using this thing today. We had filled it with, yeah, we had managed to fill it with some Orioles, some souls, and filled it up with blood. Between episodes, I did take the warden thing over here and just kill a bunch of wardens on it, and that worked out pretty good. We're going to need to figure out how to put experience into it. And at the end of last time, we had added the soul looting enchantment to our sword. Last time it was 3. I just grabbed 3 more level 3 books and just kept putting it on there and got soul level looting 5. And we had killed a bunch of slimes at the end trying to get one of the cursed souls to spawn in so that we could see it. And it didn't work. Like, we only spent like a couple minutes trying it, but no matter how many slimes I killed, it wouldn't spawn one. And that is apparently because, hey look, thank you. I was really hoping you were going to spawn immediately. Yeah. Apparently, these cursed souls only spawn when you kill an undead, which should be stated somewheres, but isn't. That's just joining the ever-growing list of things that why does not say how it works properly. But, oh well, I digress. So now we have these cursed souls that we're going to be using for our experiments and whatnot into Forbidden Arcanus. Where did you come from? Did I just miss you? Thank you, thank you. Cool. Anyways, yeah, that was basically it. We spent most of last episode just trying to put together that altar, and then doing some minor testing and looking at how it works. Also, can you go away? You're just hovering around being a little annoying, and I think I do need more phantom membrane for stuff. Anyways, between episodes, I didn't do a lot, but I did do some stuff. So I went ahead and made emerald and diamond seeds, just because, well, I'm going to need those diamond seeds in a moment. I need some diamond essence, and the emerald seeds, we're just going to need more of them. Like the ATM star, if we look real quick, requires, where is it? I know it's over here somewhere. Yeah, 6,500 emerald blocks. So, yeah, that's just a lot. We should probably get it running now. We should probably also get obsidian running. I think there's an obsidian seed. I could be wrong. Diamond seeds are also there. Endstone, I did make some with some whatever they're called, end predictions that we have, but then they got deleted in the computer system, so that's a thing. And I did make 8 more of the 8 times nether star generators. I'm going to turn them into the 64 times as soon as I have another conduit, but we don't have a heart of the sea, which is what we need the diamond essence for. We do already have everything else. And I'm going to set this up, like, this is going to specifically be working for the energizing orb. Like when we make 1 block of the alloy, it requires 1 billion FE, and the upgraded version actually holds 600 million. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 600 million. So if this thing is fully charged, it covers most of what that requires. I just need to supply the rest of the 4 million FE from somewhere else in the system. So I should be able to just fill this thing up, let it run to full, and it will, well, we do have infinite nether stars now. Speaking of which, I should double check, is this still, oh no, it ran out of things. I need more glass panes and gold in here. Glass panes. What? I should just put glass panes here. Uses. Recipe for this. Glass pane. Can you just change to the regular glass pane or... Nah, just whatever. Glass. Shouldn't be that difficult. I'm making this more difficult than it needs to be. There's that. Save that recipe. Just go like so. I really should set this up with some auto crafting capabilities, but I just don't trust it. This computer is too good not to use, but using it is too unreliable to use for everything. I don't know how to deal with it. Anyways, just make some gold. I should just take out all of our gold ingots out of the little pocket computer too. I should probably also just run some gold through the machine, because getting a little bit low. There's that. All of you can go in there. All of you can go in there. I somehow grabbed 1,000 of it without realizing it. So let me do that. I'll build more of those things and put them in a moment. I'm getting distracted here. Anyways, I made those 2 seeds between episodes. We're about to make the powered centrifuge, or heated centrifuge. And I do now have enough insanium to build the vibranium. I believe I am making... Yes, I know for a fact it's vibranium we're making right now. So, here we go. And I do already have a spot set up for it. So, thank you. I think that we're going to be saving up insanium from now on, because we're going to need lots of it for the ATM star. There's this. Where was it? This one? I think it's this one. Yep, it has magical soil, it's growing. So that will just build up. Emeralds or diamonds are now building up. Vibranium's building up. The aluminium is already broken even, and I believe the unobtainium is close to it. If I was to actually run all that essence through, I think we'd already be broken even on it. Though, I don't know for sure. Anyways, let me set these things back up to build real quick. Yeah, set them back up to run, rather, and then we're going to make the upgraded centrifuge. I should probably just do this real quick. Nope, not that. I want this to run in sand, and this thing gets turned into a super speedy factory that currently does not have power going into it. Whoops, forgot that step. So now this thing should permanently... This thing... Import-export pipe. But in sand, please. Does this thing require fuel input from the right? I want input to the right. I also want it to output to the right. Input, output. There we go. So now this thing will be permanently producing glass. I definitely could have gone with like a diamond one or something like that. This one's only getting 1 sand, and then it's instantly becoming glass before more sand gets added in. So it's going to be very slow. I should probably upgrade this with like capacity or something so it can produce more at a time. Capacity. Let's see. How do we make these things? Or not that one. This one? I believe this is the one it is. Redstone requires redstone signal. Amount of filter slots and import. Okay, that's not what we need. Fuzzy is for things. Acceleration? Oh yeah, it's gonna be acceleration then. Oh well. I'll build that later on, I think. It's an advanced card and a thing. Or what I could do is just steal one from all of these. I don't think these really need them right now. Nope, that's not what we want to put them in. Oh, and this is actually super speeding the longer it runs. So now it can be super extra speedy and be pulling out instantly. And now permanent glass just running all the time. Cool. I definitely got distracted there, and these things are now running as well. How many nether stars are we up to? Let's see, nether helps if I spell it right. Extra 230. You're gonna turn these into blocks, like so. 26 extra blocks. And then I have just a number of blocks already on me, like so. These get turned into this. So now we are... Come on. Really? Shouldn't be that difficult. There we go. We're now up to 5 blocks, 3 1 times, and 1 2 times. I'm building them like that because I believe we need 15. Yeah, 15 3 times nether stars. That's so many. That's 15 3 times, and a 3 times is 729. So yeah, we legitimately need 10,000 nether stars. That is a silly number, but we are technically getting there. So all that's like so. You can just go in there for now, and the rest of the nether stars are going to keep building up. Cool. Let's actually go ahead and upgrade to the powered centrifuge real quick, and then we're going to get back to Forbidden Arcanas. This stuff. I need a regular egg as well, and then I'm going to need some copper blocks, I think, if I remember correctly. So this stuff gets turned into an inactive dragon egg, and the inactive dragon egg is used for this with an iron and a couple copper blocks. Cool. I thought I remember that being the case. I do have more copper running because it is internally what we have the least of. So there's this, and the powered centrifuge gets turned into the heated centrifuge. Is this heated whenever it has power, or do I need to add some sort of power into it? No idea. Also, can it run regular comb, or does it only run blocks? I believe it only runs blocks, but I want to test that real quick. You just have some stuff in you. Just grab one of these iron combs, just turn it into that. So, will you run this or no? Okay, it will run that comb. Let's see. Okay. Ew, I want to hook it up specifically so this thing won't take regular combs and just take the blocks. I think I might, although I'm not quite sure if I do. Like, I know for a fact I want this thing running the full blocks, obviously. I guess also need to fix that real quick. Do I have ease of access? Yes, I do. So that thing will instantly pull out. Now we're going to run through the, I think Draconic Comb's more important to do first. I believe this is still 30%. Um, uh, What are the odds on this working in the heated centrifuge now? 30% chance to get any, and then, I'm curious if it's running that 30% chance every 4 times, and whichever one happens. Let's see. No Insanium. 1. 1. I'm not entirely sure how this is working. That doesn't... This one will only max out at 1. I was interesting that this one, 10% chance, it can get up to 4. Okay, so basically what's happening is it's running that 10% chance 4 times per comb. So that's okay. So those things aren't getting produced. They're getting produced faster because we're running blocks and we're getting blocks of them, but we're not actually getting that much more of them when they do succeed, I think is how it's working. So that's good to know. I can now make nothing else because 4 is not enough for anything. Never mind. I was going to say we can now make another block upgrade, but nope. No, we cannot. Anyways, I'm a scatterbrain. Can we make a conduit yet? I might be able to. Nautilus shells, I have all that stuff. It's just a question of, did I produce enough diamond already? And the answer is probably yes. I think we only need 4. Yes, I did. So there's that. I need the... What else do I need? I need... I was just looking at it. Prismarine, fish. Prismarine, fish. Squid ink. That's what it was. So, by going like so, can I already make that? Oh yes, and the Nautilus shell, which is in here. So we just need 1 Heart of the Sea, and then this thing is used for, well, it's used for upgrade speedier, so that's cool too. Conduit and Nautilus shells are made like so, just and make as many of these as I can, I guess. There's that. So now we have a conduit, and now we have the 64 times nether star generator. Cool. This thing gets hooked up here, and will it take a block, or do I have to turn them into the normal ones? Okay, I have to turn them in like this. I'm also going to have to feed this thing by hand constantly. How much does one nether star produce? I think it should be listed here, right? Solid fuel. Each one burns for 2,400 ticks and produces 40,000 a tick. Okay, so each of these is 9 million FE. So, hmm, that math ain't mathing. This thing, oh yeah, it's times 64, and it only uses the fuel of one? Okay, remaining fuel time. That was not how I was expecting. I was expecting the fuel consumption to be more expensive too. Like every time wait, no, that's... Oh, okay, so this thing is even better than I thought it was. So one nether star and a basic one only produces so much. So this is going to produce 64 times the amount of power for a single star. That is really, really good. So that's really good to know. I should build more of these when I can. It probably won't even be that long. I can produce everything I need. The only thing is the copper. It's weird. The most the hardest material for us to get right now is copper. Like we have infinite cobble. Cobble. No, not infinite cobble. That's not important here. We have infinite of everything else we could possibly need. I'm gonna have to set that one to not work with blocks. Stop it. I really should set this up differently so this one specifically works for blocks and the other one doesn't. Well, we have infinite of everything but copper, and everything else we can just duplicate however much we want. Otherwise, we could just make infinite of those nether star generators and never run into power problems again. Um, Anyways, I digress. Let's get back to Forbidden Arcanus once I jump the inventory a little bit. Hello there. Anything I care about? No. I mean, it would be funny to get a cannon. Hold on. Emerald can shoot anything. Okay, what a deal. I'm just buying a cannon because it's funny. Hmm. And then I'm assuming you take gunpowder. So there's this. 1 times, 2, 3, 4. Maneuver. Uh, and fire. I didn't do anything. I'm assuming firing diamond essence isn't really gonna work. Okay, I have no reason to buy this thing, but it is very funny. Okay. Yeah, we just have a cannon now. I'm assuming that's why you would buy these bombs then. Did I just pick it back up? I did pick it back up. Cool. Anyways, I definitely digress on that one. Let's get back to Forbidden Arcanus, shall we? I just rambled for the last 20 minutes. Anyways, Forbidden Arcanus, where is it? It's in Magic, there it is. Now we got Corrupted Souls, are used for 2 things, crafting recipe and growing Edelwood. Growing Edelwood acts as the sapling for Edelwood. These are the only way to getting set Edelwood now, cool. So we just take this, and I believe it's probably just the one, right? There's that, and then, let's just grab out this thing. We have this Essence of Life. There we go, cool. Well, that was nowhere near as big as I was expecting. So now we have Edelwood. We need an Edelwood log. Why is it? I think I already have one, don't I? Yeah, I have an Edelwood log. Wandering Trader Carpet. You're gonna make me do this. A flower and a flower and a carpet then. It doesn't say I have to do that, well, whatever. Flower. Do I have string in here? I don't think I have string or wool. Wool. Oh, I do have wool in here. Cool. So there's that, and that should do it. And then, yeah, cool. I completed that. Thanks for the emerald, and thanks for letting me do the Edelwood log thing. That thing was not there a moment ago. That just appeared. Don't be afraid. This isn't some oogly boogly. This is it's fully grown Edelwood. The tree will have a carved Edelwood log on top and Edelwood branches coming from it. These can be broken for Edelwood sticks. The logs are hollow in the inside, similar space as a cauldron. Funnily enough, it can also hold water like a cauldron. The Edelwood bucket. Ever want a better bucket? With just a few planks, you can get a better bucket, which can hold 4 buckets of water or milk. You can also hold 3 buckets of lava. Don't need that really. It weighs more, so you can only hold 3. Okay. Now, this is important towards getting the black hole, but we need to build the Klabano first. Also, soul extractor, thanks for free soul sand experience we need to do. Yeah, I think it's building the Klabano next. Also, we should build this arcane crystal thing. One of these. Take some of these. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need more of this stuff. I'm down to 20 of it already. And it doesn't even have an essence that I could build from, it has bees, but it doesn't have mystical essence. So, 2 of these. Do I still have Mundabitter? I think I do. Yep, here it is. So, let's just go do this. It's a multi-block. I'm going to assume that you just go like this. Did I have to separate it, or is that just going to work? I'm going to slowly automate Oriel Fairforged, then you'll need 2 arcane crystal blocks. Arcane. Place down, the Darkstone goes first, and then that's right-click it with the Mundabitter to make the obelisk. You can place these where the pedestals usually go in the Forge multi-block in order to automate Oriel. Huh? So, they go where those pedestals go? Oh, that's stupid. Why on earth can a vibranium pickaxe not pick up those blocks? Why on earth? That's so silly. Whatever, I'm tempted to spawn those in, because those definitely should have been able to be picked up. Why is that Silk Touch? That makes no sense for that. Even, well, it didn't say it needed Silk Touch anywheres. Why does that need Silk Touch? That's so silly. Thanks for the free pedestal obelisk. It said it goes where the pedestals go. It's there. Is that automating Oriel now? No. Cool. Silk Touch. There we go, that works. Why is that Silk Touch? That's so weird. Okay, now it's automating Oriel. Also, I really hope we don't have a recipe that requires 8 pedestals now. I'm gonna assume the higher tier ones have extra pedestal spots so you can automate Oriel and whatnot. Anyways, let's get back to the Klabano, shall we? 8 polished darkstone, 17 polished darkstone bricks. Give me that back. Polished darkstone, 17 bricks, 3. That's really. Why is it 17? It's weird. Anyway, 17 of those, and 1 core, which is 8 darkstone, and a blast furnace, which is, again, relatively simple. I think I still have some left over, so I don't have to build one, but also building one's not an issue. I think I do have smooth stone in here even. 1, 2, 3. Some of that, and a regular furnace. Uses. I think I actually built a bunch of furnaces and had extra ones. Cool. So there's that, and that. Thank you for the blast furnace. And that gets used for the Klabano core, which is not going to pop up. Let's see. Where is it? Klabano core. Oh yeah, I left the darkstone in here. Or this one, rather. No, that requires darkstone, not polished darkstone. Great. So I guess I'm going mining. Because I'm out of arcane crystals, and I am out of darkstone. I think that's Kiwi. That's Kiwi. The darkstone is a little bit deeper and looks a little bit different, and the arcane crystals, I think, are relatively rare, and they're slightly lower down underground. Oh man, it's been so long since I've actually have to go mining. This is a weird. Like, everything else is more or less automated, and we can just produce infinite of it. But Darkstone and Oriel arcane crystals and all that stuff, yeah, that stuff I have to do by hand, so I'll see you in a little bit, I guess. Ooh, Estella. I found exactly one of these things, but it's still very important for us to grab, so 1. Also, thankfully, these things are pretty common, and they're a pretty distinct shape and color on them, so it didn't take me too long to get 158. And Darkstone is really easy to find, and there's a whole bunch of it everywhere's around where you'd have to find, uh, all over the place around lava pools and whatnot. So, there we go, the Klebano core. I think we're good to go upstairs. Just gonna teleport home and then teleport over. Probably faster to do that than to grab the waystone from the inventory, but it could go either way. Anyways, we're just gonna build this thing, I guess, right here for now. I don't really have a good space for it otherwise. So, polished darkstone, the bricks. Okay, so it's a cross pattern, polished in the corners, that the Klebano core is going to go in the middle, and then there's nothing in the very center. Okay, so it's a relatively simple multi-block to make, like that, and then it's all polished on this row, all bricks. Cool. 1, 2, 3, doop, 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 and the core, and then basically repeat the polished darkstone thing here, except definitely not that. Cool, so this should be the Klebano successfully created, and probably touch it with Mundabitter, if I had to guess. And then use a Mundabitter on it. Cool, exactly what I was expecting. So, there we go, the Klebano. So it takes souls and smelting equipment, smelting materials, and then it will put stuff in there. Let's see, so obsidian steel is the first ally we're gonna have to make. Did I just say ally? Alloy. Cool. Obsidian steel is an alloy added by Forbidden Arcanus in obsidian steel. It's created in the Klebano using raw iron and obsidian. You'll need an artisan relic in order to actually make it. You'll also get copper as a residue, which probably isn't supposed to happen. Okay. So, obsidian, and is it just, that one's saying obsidian dust. Okay. 1 iron, 1 obsidian, and the enchanter's relic. I only have one of these things. This could be bad, because those things are not easy to come by. So there's this. So raw iron in that, put in that. And is this going to work like blaze powder in a thing, or... Okay, cool. So essentially what these things do is, as long as it's there, we'll be able to use this. Does this get used up eventually, or is this eternal? I'm really hoping that that just works forever, and we're just going to need 1 for this machine and 1 for the forge. But there's the obsidian steel ingot, which is very nice. Yeah, that obsidian skull definitely wasn't there. It just protects you from fire and lava. We don't really need it. Oh, we're down and you need to repair it. Cool. Anyways, thanks for free obsidian steel. Next up is the black hole, and from there, the experience. Also, let's read up on the artisan relic. It's found within a few buildings. When used in the Klebano, it will allow you to make obsidian steel. When used in forges, it will give you a discount on experience. Okay, so in the forge, it's not that important right now. Cool. So the black hole. Dark matter is created by smelting edelwood. Corrupt eye dust is made with obsidian steel and some mob drops. Throw both these on the ground together and a black hole will spawn. It will avoid every item or projectile that comes near, but what we want to feed it is experience. When you feed it enough experience, it will give back an petrified orb. Cool. So, would this work? We have our hero's medallion here. It's just constantly full of experience. Will that work by just like do on the ground with it using that effect like that? I'm curious if that might work, and we're gonna have to turn it off for this. Cool. So let's go smelt up an edelwood. Oops, wrong thing. Still wrong thing. Anyways, 1 edelwood log is getting smelted up into dark matter. And the corrupt eye dust. Let's see, can we just do that right now? Do we have any arcane dust left? Yes, cool. So, corrupt eye dust. Just missing a single nether wart, which we have basically infinite of. I haven't even farmed it in so long because we haven't needed it. So that gives us corrupt eye dust. Now, this is going to create a black hole. We're just creating black holes now. This is just normal. Oh, it gave us models of enchanting. Go away. Oh, bee-friend, you do not want to be here. Not intended. Anyways, let's just go over here where it'll be relatively safe. So, one of these, turn off the magnet, dark matter, and corrupt eye dust. Yeah, we're just making black holes now. Cool. So I can just hold right click. There we go. So now we can just do this forever. I should place this thing next to the... Yeah, I should go place this next to the slime machine so that it will pick up that experience. I'm curious if you can pipe something into this. Is this... It's technically a block. I'm going to assume we can't move it. So it might be possible to pipe something in and out of it using the item pipes. Also, I was expecting black holes to be a bit more dangerous than they are. Yeah, you have to click like that, and eventually it will just give us that. I think right here's the most efficient place. Yeah, that's working pretty much fine. It's very cool. Yeah, it's a very cool that we're just building black holes. Anyways, experience. Experience is the fourth slot and material needed for the forge. To add experience, you'll need to put one of three things into it. The X-Petrified Orbs, bottles of enchanting, or enchanted items. Oh, and we'll scrap the enchantments off of it and keep it as experience. That's kind of cool. So it's, it kind of works like a grindstone as well. Anyways, you can take this stuff. Okay, so I put in 11. And now I used up 10, yet it only stored 900 experience. That's a bit weird. Anyways, the Tier 1 Forge is complete. The Forge is the most important block in Forbidden and Arcanus. Now that you made the multi-block, you can break the Forge block and move it, even though it will only work while on the multi-block. You'll need to fill it with all 4 essences, then put in relics if necessary. After that, put the center item in the recipe in the middle slot of the Forge, and the outer items on the pedestals. Cool. So it's going to give us some free stuff I don't really have inventory space for. We got our items on the pedestals, we got our Oriole souls, blood, and experience. And isn't it finishing? Why isn't it? And it isn't finishing? Why isn't it finishing? In order to actually finalize the ritual, you'll need to use a gavel. It works like a pickaxe, but it also has a limited amount of uses for finishing rituals. Just right-click the forge with it. It's just some clay. Sure, I can do that. Also, I have no idea what we're making with this thing. It hasn't given us any recipes or anything specific it wants us to build other than the forge itself. So from there, it's going to give us sticks and iron to finish the thing. You and you. Anything that can go away needs to go away because inventory is a pain right now. You can go in there. You and you and you. Everything that can fit is going to sit right now. Anyways, cool. So, thanks for the iron and sticks. And you are used like so to make the gavel. Makes sense. So what are we making with this thing? Just giving us free of these. Quantum Catcher. The Quantum Catcher is a very useful tool for moving mobs. Simply right-click a mob to catch them, then right-click again to let them go. You'll need a set amount of Oriole on you in order to use it though. This is dependent on the health of the mob. More health, more Oriole. It won't cost anything to let mobs go. I should probably tell you how to craft it. You'll need a quantum core, which is crafted with runes, munda bitter, and flint. The spawner scraps are dropped from mining a spawner without silk touch, so it'll break the spawner. Okay, so that looks kind of cool, though we don't really need it, and it doesn't need any relics for that. Oh, and then that's used for a boss catcher, which I'm assuming catches bosses, like the name intends. The smelter prism is needed for the ATM star. Probably the most used item from these rituals, like how it's needed for the ATM star. 4 blaze powder, 2 coal, and a block of arcane crystal to make it. And don't forget the elementarian relic. Obviously, and what you're most likely wanting the smelter prism for is the ATM star. It can also be used with tools to smelt the items that they break. Raw ore into ingots, logs to charcoal, and sand to glass. I don't think I want that. I don't think I'm going to use that on a tool. I want raw ores so that we can duplicate them. It can also be used for furnace fuel, but it kind of sucks. Which, because the name suggested would be better. You can add reactive to it. You can put it on things. Let's see. So, 2 coal, 4 charcoal, or 4 blaze powder, and an arcane crystal. And we're going to need the enhancer relic. Which, or the elementarium rather. Prisms are important for many of Forbidden Arcanus' recipes and other mods later. In order to craft them, we'll need elementarium, which is found in there. I think it would be easier to tell you where I can't find it. Cool. That's used for a couple of things along the way. So one of these, that's going in the center bit. And we can look at the Phastus Forge recipes here. In fact, it's the only place this is used for. 2 coal, 4 blaze rods, and this thing, which we have plenty of. So you go in there. Interesting enough, these... Oh, you can only use 1 relic at a time until it's upgraded to tier 2. Got it. Cool. So let's go ahead and grab out 2 coal. And all of our blaze... Whoops. Oh no, they just went there. 2 coal. And 4 blaze powder. Not blacks. Blaze. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And we had exactly 1 thing left. Ooh, that looks pretty cool. And right click. And the ritual is complete. And we have... Ooh, that's like a progress bar thing. Okay, that's cool. And... I was expecting this to be quite a bit faster than it is, apparently. Do you have to click it again, or is it just going to work? No, there we go. It's just slow, apparently. So thus we have the smelter prism. It's used for philosopher's fuel, and as it said, you can basically put it onto tools. Okay, so we do need one for the alloy paxel, so that's something we want. Do we need... Can we make this thing right now? We want this paxel. Oh, it requires tier 5. So, no, we cannot. That also requires tier 5. The ATMTeam sword we can make right now. We would just need to go get our smithing templates, but we can't make that. But that joins this. I think I could make the insanium coal block right now too. The magmatic generator. I mean, getting it to... I think I would need more obsidian and maybe a little bit more gold right now. But I have it, I would just need it to go get it, basically. So I could make that piece as well. The blaze burner is an empty burner that you use on a blaze, so that's pretty simple. Or it's also this uranium fuel rod, which is a packer, that we would need a new machine. So we're going to make the blaze thing, that's just going to be easier. I might be able to do that, I would just need to set up a ritual site. That's pretty far off. That's we could do right now if we wanted to. Dark tank with Eclipse Ember fuel. I had no idea how you even build the tank, let alone get the fuel. Okay. And the rainbow coal. How do you get rainbow fuel? Rainbow coal. It's from iron furnaces. I'm gonna assume that the ATM star would tell us, but there we go. Oh, and it actually gave us a free one. That one's going to be used for the Paxel, and that one's going to be used for the ATM star, I guess. So we're technically doing rituals now, yay! The ferrognetic mixture that's used to upgrade. Pretty simple recipe. Pretty simple recipe, blah. Needing clay, iron, slime balls, and more. Lodestones are best to loot for. Mods add these in loopholes all over the nether, so don't craft one, just find one. I think I have lodestones. Wax is a new item added by Forbidden Arcanus, which is a mixture of bottles of honey and slime balls. You can use it on Darkstone pedestal to get magnetized pedestals, which work in hand with hoppers, and hopper-like items like pipes. Okay, you can also use it with boots to increase how close items can be to get dragged into your inventory. Huh? That was a lot of words. What does this stuff do? Uses. So it adds in... Okay, so it basically magnetizes our inventory. Does it magnetize all armor? Like, could I say use that on our current boots and increase how far away we can pick things up from? Because I was literally saying last episode how I wished that our actual inventory had magnetism as well, not just our backpacks. So that could be pretty useful. As still tier 1. That, easy, 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 easy. So we can make everything, I just have to go get a lodestone from our inventory. And that is used... Does it have other uses, or is it literally just for adding magnetism to stuff and making it so that we can pipe things into the pedestals? Okay, so it looks like it's just allowing us to pipe things into pedestals. Cool. Don't see a use for that yet, but we are just getting started. Anyways, next up is probably tier 1 after that. Tier 1 not enough for you? Then you'll need to upgrade it. Put an Edelwood plank in the center slot of the forge and place 4 arcane crystals and 4 spawner scraps onto the pedestals. Smack it with a gavel and your tier 1 will upgrade into tier 2 forge. Now new rituals will be available, and the forge can hold more essences, and you can use a second relic. Okay, so 1 Edelwood plank. Easy, I already made one of those things. That just goes in here. I'm gonna have to change that thing back out for a pedestal. Silk Touch, just in case. I don't know if you need it. There's the pedestal. Are you ever going to unlock more than 8 slots? Because otherwise I'm just going to have to keep changing out the Oriole thing so it fills up, and then it's a little bit clunky. The thing in the middle, 4 arcane crystals and 4 spawner scraps. Did my spawner scraps all get deleted? No, they didn't. I still have some at least. I had over 1,000 at one point, so definitely most of them got deleted though. So there's that. And 4 arcane crystals. Nope. Give me back my backpack. 1, 2, 3, 4. And grab out the gavel. Did I mess it up? Put an Edelwood plank in the center slot of the forge and place 4 arcane crystals and 4 spawner scraps onto the pedestals. Is it tier 2 now? No? Huh? Did it say arcane crystal blocks and I'm missing a step here? 4 arcane crystals and 4 spawner scrap onto the pedestal. Smack it with a gavel in your tier 1. Huh? What am I missing here? It says Edelwood planks, right? Put an Edelwood plank in the center slot of the forge and place 4 arcane crystals. Uses. Ritual. Do I not have enough of everything? Experience required 66,000 blood, 10 souls, 500 Oriole. Oh, this thing's out of souls. Duh. Ignore me. I'm just a silly goose. Fill everything back up real quick. And blood's fine enough, I think. Did it require 9,000 blood, or was it like 5,000? 6,000 blood. I just completely forgot to make sure that the actual requirements were actually filled up. So hit it. There we go. That looks better. So after a few moments, this will give us the tier 2 forge. Let's look at the Phaestus forge. Oh. Are you okay? There we go. That's gonna take a moment. Hephaestus. Tier 2, Tier 1, Tier 3. There we go. Tier 2 forge complete. Cool. So there's that. It gives us free stuff. Now it wants us to make Terra Stomp prisms, which are used for... easy. I have everything I need. I can go do that. I would just need to fill it up with, like, blood and whatnot. But that is used to build a demolishing, and it's used for the alloy pickaxe. So we're going to need one of them. You'll need dripstone. Like the other prisms, they will need elementarium. It can be used with tools and makes it break 3x3 area instead of only 1 block. Okay, that's pretty cool. Makes it mine 3x3 instead of just 1. The Divine Pact and the Crimson Stone. What are these used for? Oh, these aren't used for new recipes. Rather, they will decrease soul usage. So, I kind of want to add that, because souls are the annoying part to add in. What did I do with mine? There it is. Nope. There it is. Cool. So, add that in there. We do have the empty slot now. So now, we can use the Hephaestus Forge at Tier 2. Uses, recipes, that's making it Tier 3. Uses for you. Okay, weird. I kind of wish I could see the recipe specifically for Tier 2 if I looked at the other ones, but oh well. Might as well save that so we can see so we can just look at this list again. So, the Paxels, the tools, those all require Tier 4 or 5. Tier 5 to get the automatic one. This machine has been depreciated. Okay then. Not sure what that means. The boss catcher could be cool. Chemical crystallizer and the chemical dissolution chamber. I want to say that this thing is just. I want to say that these are just faster versions of the other ones, like the chemical crystallizer, but faster or more efficient. Same with the dissolution chamber. Okay, so basically it has an upgraded version for all of those. We can duplicate these things once we reach tier 3. Um, Electrolysis separator, elementarian stuff. Is that all the modium? Yeah, that's all the modium. Okay, we need tier 3 to get the Stella. That's one of the most important things for us. So tier 3 is kind of high priority. We could do that. That could be fun. Let's see. Automatic Hephaestus Forge. I guess you need actual blocks for it too. Is there anything else specific for tier 2? Modularium. There's really not a lot of recipes for anything lower than tier 3 or 4 or 5, huh? Like, most of this is tier 5 stuff. So, essentially what we're doing is we're building up the... We're just speed running through everything to get a high tier forge, and that's what we need everything for. Soul Binding Crystal. Stellarite B could be nice. I don't know how much Stellarite we need. Air Stomp Prism and Whirlwind Prism. Okay, so there's really nothing for us until we reach here. Or tier 3 is the super important one, and then it's tier 5 after that that's super, super important. So tier 3, 4 Diorum, 4 Arcane Crystals, and a chiseled polished Darkstone. Oh. Hold on, that just seems really easy. 4 Diorum, 4 chiseled Darkstone, is that what? A single chiseled polished. Polished, chiseled. Wasn't it like this, I think? 3. Polished. So just go like so and so. Gets us a chiseled, polished one. That goes in there. 4 Diorum. And what was it? 4 arcane crystals. Okay, so leveling this thing up is super easy. It's basically just making sure you have enough of this stuff. Souls work in there, right? So I can just go like so. Can I see? Let's see. Upgrading to tier 3. Says it requires 0 experience, 9,000 blood, 50 souls, 1,000 Oriole. Okay, so that is actually a little bit rough. We're gonna need to do that. Let it run for a little bit. You can have those Oreo bottles. Okay. So, technically speaking, we could do that ritual right now as soon as I put enough souls into this thing and enough Oreo and whatnot. So we could do it. It's just going to take a little bit of work first. But right now, that's probably a pretty good place to end things off. So I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have, and hope to see you next time. So without further ado, take care, everybody. I want to thank you all one more time for watching, and a special thank you to the channel members, Yamato Tanagura, Goddess of the Starfilled Void, and the Phantom Knight. Thank you three so much for the extra support. So for real now, take care, everybody.